Je réside en Côte d'Ivoire. Je viens souvent voir mes parents au Nigeria, surtout à Djibo. Je suis de Djibo. Je suis commerçante à la Riviera, Faya. Je fais de la quincaillerie. Je viens beaucoup voir surtout mes parents à Djibo.
3 years ago, Folashade left Nigeria in search of better opportunities. Today, she's fluent in French, a symbol of her resilience and adaptability. Articulate in the language of her host country, she navigates her new world with confidence, a testament of her courage and the sacrifices she has made. Today, she prepares to return to Cote d'Ivoire, where she has built a life far from the familiar streets of Ejigbo, but still carrying her hopes for the future. The 38-year-old businesswoman sells building materials in large quantities in Cote d'Ivoire, one of many Ejigbo women who over the years have traveled to Cote d'Ivoire, driven by aspirations of economic independence, education, and a desire of a better life.
Je réside en Côte d'Ivoire.
I have been living in Abidjan for about 3 years. I sell building materials and my children are living in Nigeria. But my husband lives in Abidjan with me.
Je viens beaucoup voir surtout mes parents à Djibo. Bonne journée à tous.
C'est l'assistant Shewa Bidoye, who migrated 10 years ago to Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire's economic center.
Life in Abidjan is more peaceful and good. You get value for your money in terms of welfare packages, social amenities, and food is relatively cheap compared to Nigeria. If one is not lazy, your 3-quality square meal is certain at affordable price. It's not easy to differentiate the poor from the rich because everyone enjoys basic things.
According to the Migration Data Portal, in its regional data overview for West Africa, the Ivory Coast constitutes one of the top 10 migration corridors in Western Africa and is the #1 destination country for migrants within Western Africa. As of mid-2020, Ivory Coast was host to 2,564,857 migrants that constitute 9.7% of the population it adds. Migration within the region is partly influenced by an aspiration for regional economic integration, contributing to free movement of people within the region and the right to residency and establishment within the framework of the regional organizations of ECOWAS. The Osun State official website notes that out of about 1,200,000 Nigerians residing in Cote d'Ivoire since the 1990s to present, indigenes of the Ejigbo local government area made up of more than 50% of that population. What does it now take to leave everything behind in pursuit of a dream? For the women of Ejigbo in Osun State, southwest Nigeria, it is a story of courage, adaptability, and an unyielding thirst for change. Their journey is a testament of the human spirit, resilience, and determination. From generations, many women from Ejigbo have traveled to Cote d'Ivoire, driven by aspirations of economic independence, education, and a desire for a better life. Though geographically distant, Ejigbo and Cote d'Ivoire have become bound together by strong cultural, economic, and social ties that reveal themselves through various telltale signs in everyday life. These connections highlight the richness of migration, trade, and shared experiences that have woven together the narratives of these. In recent decades, the migration of Ejigbo people to Cote d'Ivoire has continued, driven by factors such as economic instability, unemployment, and the quest for better educational opportunities in a country experiencing rapid economic growth and development. A natural therapist who relocated from Ejigbo to Cote d'Ivoire when he realized he wasn't getting value for what he does.
Anything you do there is profitable. If you are a shoemaker, or you're a cobbler. Talk of anything you do there, and you can earn your money. You just have the ability that you are not doing.
At travel times, the motor park transforms into a lively scene. Group of women, many migrants, gather round the bus station, their eyes brimming with determination and anticipation. Okpeyemi Aderanti is the secretary of Laba International Transport. She confirms that majority of the migrants are women.
Yes, because their main focus is to go for business, and mainly it is women that are the majority in doing business. That may be one of the reasons why the population of women migrants are more than the men.
The small cars and buses operate on Monday and Thursdays, alternating their schedules based on passenger numbers. Some cars may run on Mondays, while the 18-seater buses will be on the road on Thursdays.
Upon arriving in Cote d'Ivoire, many of these women embark on small business ventures and steadily advance through dedication and perseverance. As they establish themselves in Cote d'Ivoire, their entrepreneurial spirit transforms their lives and the local economy. While the pursuit of economic opportunities have motivated many to migrate independently, particularly in the context of trade, migration of Ejigbo women to Cote d'Ivoire have occurred through various pathways, reflecting the complexities of family structures, economic opportunities, and marital ties. Some Ejigbo women initially migrated to Cote d'Ivoire to join family members who have already established themselves there. Madam Rebecca Adebayo, who became a prominent entrepreneur in Cote d'Ivoire, is one of such women.
It was never in my thoughts that I would ever go to Cote d'Ivoire until one of my brothers came there to take me, recalls the 80-year-old. I just finished modern school and I've taken the form for nursing school. I later got disappointed by my boyfriend. So I went to Ibadan. I was doing well in Ibadan, selling provisions at Agbeni Market. And one of my half-brothers came from Cote d'Ivoire and insisted they should call me back home. Transportation to Cote d'Ivoire was then by ship. There were no luxury buses then. When I learned that we would travel by ship, I was afraid and skeptical about entering it.
On the kind of work she did when she got there, she reveals.
I was asked to wait for some time because I didn't understand French and could not communicate. But I told them I could not be sitting at home doing nothing. I went to one of my aunts from my mother's side called Ayo Balogun, who gave 500 cefas while one gave me 500 cefas. I started selling bananas, throwing sticks, and other items in front of our house. After 2 years, I could speak their language and started buying in larger quantities and making more profits.
Madam Rebecca could not return to her first husband in Nigeria and had to remarry in Cote d'Ivoire.
I stopped selling bananas and other items, and my husband gave some capital to start a business. I don't even remember the amount now, but it was less than 1,000 naira. But because I am an enterprising person, I was able to make a fortune out of it. Later, my in-laws told me to join my co-wives in the market. And we are selling the same thing, cosmetics, baby things and the like.
Yet, some Ejigbo women migrated through marital ties, relocating to Cote d'Ivoire to join their husbands, who were either born there or migrated from Nigeria. Salmat Oladeji falls under this category.
My husband lives in Cote d'Ivoire and he came home to marry me. He took me there immediately after my marriage in 1982. But it's not like that for most women who went in search for greener pasture. When I first got to Abidjan, I worked in my mother's in-laws shop because I didn't understand the language then. It was an herbs and local medicine business. They called it yama yama there. We purchased the herbs from Nigeria and sold them there, which was very lucrative.
It was after she had 2 children, that's about 5 years later, that she could stand on her own.
I ventured into the sales of baby things, including clothing, diapers, bathtubs, toiletries, bicycles, walkers, seaters, and many more. And to the glory of God, it was a blessing. I didn't get a startup fund. I used to take items from my sister, cut them, and make my profits. It was the peak period when whatever you sell would give you more profits, provided you were not lazy. Ivorians celebrate Christmas more than any other, so I made more money selling my wares in Bobo, Makori, and Ubo markets. It helped me save enough to get my shop. Later, I joined some of my friends who traveled to import some items into Abidjan. By then, my husband had moved to Nigeria, so I decided to be shuttling between Nigeria and Abidjan, doing my business.
After her husband died in 2006, she continued her business in the 2 places.
I frequent Abidjan for many reasons. My mother is not a Yoruba. She is from Togo and she lives there. I also have my business there and my children are still there. If my children give birth, I go there to support them and take care of the mother and child.
She describes Cote d'Ivoire as a very accommodating and progressive place for migrants. She says the perilous journey did not deter many because they hope for a better future.
They are very progressive in terms of their business and any kind of work they do. Many come back and still return after a short while because people get value for their efforts and for the kind of welfare they need.
Madame Badrat Ayoni, a second-generation migrant, epitomizes the unwavering resilience of Ejigbo women. Born in Cote d'Ivoire to Ejigbo parents who migrated earlier, she gracefully and determinedly navigated the complexities of dual cultural identities, a testament of the strength and adaptability of Ejigbo women. Thanks to women like Badrat, the culinary landscape of Ejigbo has undergone a fascinating transformation. Ivorian food with unique flavors and textures such as acheke, a side dish made from cassava, has found its way into local kitchens, creating a vibrant fusion that reflects the interconnectedness of these communities.
Ejigbo has majority of its citizens as Abidjan persons, and acheke is one of the major foods in Abidjan, and they all love to eat it. It is a food one can eat with beans, plantain. It's been over 11 years that I have been selling acheke. I am the second person that started selling acheke in Ejigbo. The first person is Sunshine. When I noticed that many people demand for it, and the only person it cannot meet their demand, so I started selling acheke.
Titilayo Adekunle is an Oshogo-based business person, but attended Ejigbo market days and also transact business with those in Cote d'Ivoire.
I am based in Oshogbo, Osun State Capital, but I do come to Ejigbo every Saturday, which is their market days, and it has been over 10 years that I have been coming to sell in Ejigbo. I have customers from Abidjan. We communicate through WhatsApp. They will check what I have and choose. They will pay and I will send their items through the vehicles that goes to Abidjan. Some have been for 5 years, some 3 years, and some just about a year ago. We have a lot of them, and business has been very good. Ejigbo women in Abidjan patronize us more than the people in Nigeria.
Ahaja Aulat Jimo, aka Iyaoko Mese, a businesswoman in the Ejigbo market, is among Ejigbo women who spent decades in Cote d'Ivoire and returned to their homeland, bringing with them invaluable experiences, knowledge, and skills. The 70-year-old who went to Abidjan as a spinster and later got married there says,
To God be the glory. No matter how long one stays in a foreign land, you will still want to return home and rest. No matter how long you sojourn and can return to your father's land without any itch is indeed a good sojourn.
Another returnee is Musili Akinrinola.
My parents took my siblings and me there and had some others there too. Our forefathers used to be businessmen who took their parents to Abidjan. Back then, they used to buy goods from Lagos, Ibadan, Ejigbo, and many other places and bring them to Abidjan. I got married in Abidjan. Later, we started the business, traveling to Lagos and Ibadan to buy and sell items in Abidjan and its environs.
The entrepreneur who sells household items, cosmetics, toiletries, baby items, and local items says,
People in Cote d'Ivoire love things from Nigeria, as we also love things from their country. That is why trading is facilitated.
Amid the allure of distant lands, a group of women in Ejigbo stand firm, refusing to succumb to the pull of migration. Instead, they choose to nurture the entrepreneurial spirit within their home communities. Rafatu Usman is one of whom the lure of migration fails to attract. The food store owner, who has been in business for over 2 decades, expresses a preference for home.
I have never been to Abidjan before, and I just don't like to go to Abidjan at all. I received many advances and even invites from my friends and family, but I declined. My husband did not want me to go. I have many in-laws there, but I don't like to go there.
When asked how business is in Ejigbo, she replies,
I am okay with that. I do not have any regrets whatsoever.
However, migration has led to significant socio-economic changes in Ejigbo. In many cases, returnees contribute to revitalizing the community, which was previously isolated and underdeveloped, by bringing back new ideas, new skills and resources. Honorable Tajuddin Oladipupo, the Secretary of Ejigbo Development, describes the migration for greener pastures as good, adding that traveling is part of education and civilization. However, he says they cannot all migrate.
People are seeking greener pastures. People are looking for survival. People are living on the impression people are giving them about Ivory Coast. Simple, life is easier there than Nigeria. So that's why people are trooping there. Our people are traveling to Ivory Coast. It's good, but we cannot all go there because we have individual differences. Some people will not be relevant by their own profession or any other things they are laying their hands on. Will not be relevant in the French country.
Nevertheless, he said that most of those that return with good fortunes.
Economically, they have contributed a lot to this community. Some of them who made money there have come home to invest in businesses like filling stations, schools, hotels, event centers, and all this petty trading in large scale. In fact, the Ivory Coast people have contributed a lot to our religious development in terms of building churches, building mosques, and assisting the religious associations based here.
He pointed that women are at the forefront of trading.
Our women are traveling outside the Ivory Coast to various countries to trade. From Ivory Coast to Dubai, Ivory Coast to China, Ivory Coast to America, UK, and some other places like that to trade. When they come home, they build big houses. Likewise, the men too. Most of the beautiful houses you see in this community are built majorly by our people who have sojourned in Ivory Coast or who are still sojourning there.
The journey of the Ejigbo women serve as a testament to the spirit of migration and the possibilities that exist when individuals embrace change and challenge. As they reintegrate into their community, they inspire others to pursue their aspirations, reminding them that no matter where life takes you, the journey can ultimately lead you back home in order to make a difference.
This content is produced as part of the Move Africa project, commissioned by the African Union Commission and supported by GIZ. The views and opinions expressed are those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of GIZ or the African Union.
Remi Femi Omolola narrated.
This documentary was produced by Rakiya Muhammad. Sound editor is Christiana John. I am Kudrat Akimakwangwa.